What's up, guys? I'm gonna make a confession. I cannot heel flip. I'm just kidding, I can heel flip, but look what happens when the world thinks you cannot heel flip. Like, you get random things thrown at you. So if you don't want to be one of those dudes getting hit in the head with shoes, watch this video and learn how to heel flip. Boom, kind of like that. Okay, the heel flip. This is a lot like a kick flip, only you use your heel to make the board flip in the opposite direction. This is typically harder than a kick flip for most people, but once you get it down, it's really fun to do different variations of it, and you can even learn to do it into board slides and out of grinds and all that fun stuff. And there's also a dog made of cabbage right here who does not know how to heel flip. Alright, so heel flips. The only thing you really need to know how to do before trying a heel flip is an ollie, because heel flips are really like no other basic flip trick. So if you have solid ollies down every single time, you are ready to start trying heel flips. Alright, first thing is first is foot placement. Your back foot, just put it in whatever comfortable area that you are popping a solid ollie. I usually kind of do it at the very back. If I want to get a lot more pop, I pull it in a little more because it'll snap the tail faster and give you some boom with your pop. But wherever you feel comfortable, the front foot is where it's really important, but the toe is what you need to concentrate on most, okay? Hang your toe off a lot more than you would on an ollie, alright? I used to do heel flips with like the ball of my foot and it worked for a little while, but once I really learned how to do them, I realized that using the heel, hence why it's called a heel flip, is really what gets that board spinning fast. So I would hang your foot like kind of like where the ball of your toe is, like just like right beyond it. Hang that part off the board, and in about the middle of your board, it's going to give you a lot of leverage when you do it. So you're going to pop your ollie, slide your foot out, and kick really hard, because these are less responsive as kick flips. So with heel flips, you kind of got to give it a boom. So really make sure you're concentrating on this foot placement, because this is like what you need to do a heel flip. Like, this is the building blocks of a heel flip. So I'm going to reiterate. Have your back foot in a place where you can comfortably pop a solid ollie, and your front foot is where 90% of this trick happens. Pull it back farther than you would on a kick flip. Hang your toe and ball of foot off your board, pop, slide, jump, and kick that heel flip with the heel of your foot. And kick it really hard when you're learning these, because it's going to be tough to get that board responding to your foot. A common problem with these is that it's just simply not rotating all the way, and if you're like me, you really have to give it some oomph on your heel flip, like I probably have said in this video already. So that's where you should start if it's not rotating. Like, really kick that heel and try over and over again. And if it's still not doing it, a trick you could do is pull your foot back a little further and then maybe kick it lower on the board. That sometimes helps me, but it's going to be one of those things where you just kind of have to keep trying and trying until your foot kind of gets like, alright, I can make this board flip. Another common problem that people have when learning these is that when they're trying the trick, the board's kind of turning instead of staying straight, or a lot of times it's kind of flipping behind you. And the best way to try to fix this is mess around with your foot placement, trying to counteract the turn. What I do, like I mentioned before, is I pull my foot a little inward. That gives me a lot more pop, and then it keeps the board straight. Now, the most common issue with any flip trick is that the person is not physically jumping over the skateboard. A lot of people, when they're trying tricks, they go like this, okay? And this is the worst thing you could possibly be doing. I know in your head you're trying to jump, but you are not jumping over the skateboard, okay? An attempt like this is way better than if your back foot just hits the ground and the board flips all the way. I know when you see the board flip, you're like, oh, I almost landed it. But if you're not jumping over the board, you're not coming close to anything. So if this is your problem, just try over and over again and try to get that in your head that you have to jump over the skateboard, okay? And if this is you, don't feel bad about this. Everybody does this when they're learning flip tricks, okay? George Lucas had the same problem before he wrote Star Wars, and then he finally learned how to jump over the board, and he was like, oh, I can write Star Wars now. So there you guys go. I hope this helped you learn heel flips. Just to highlight some of the points you need to focus on: hang those toes off your board and give it a good solid kick with your heel. If it's turning, make sure you mess around with the placement of your back foot. But the most important thing is you need to try and try and try. Any skateboarding trick is not easy, especially when you're just starting out. So don't get discouraged, keep on going, and eventually you will be able to heel flip, I promise. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more how-to videos, goofiness, randomness, pranks, skits, skating, all that fun stuff. But to send this video off, I'm going to do some shoe baseball. Dude, he really tried. I wasn't even ready. That was way better than if I would have actually hit the thing. So I'm going to keep it. Goodbye, guys. I'm gonna do some shoe baseball. Ready? That was absolutely pathetic. Thumbs up if you could have done better. So there you guys go. I hope that learned.